Hi, my name is Sunny and I'm 33 years old and I'm currently living in California with my husband and my daughter. I was born and lived in China until 2010 and I got married and moved here. I was adopted when I was 2 years old and my adopted father loved me a lot and that makes my childhood like very fun. And but also it's because like at that time like the gender norm is still focused on like boys. So as a girl it doesn't get much privilege, but since my father really adored me, so my childhood was fun. And until I go to junior high, my family started have like a financial problem. So at that time it was hard and I get distracted with study and at the last moment of school graduation I quit. So I was 16 at that time and just like many other rural kids and start my journey, like go to the big city to find a job and start living independently. At that time, my family kind of really out of shape. Like my father is struggled to make any income, and my brother they all off to like living on the city, also try to like make a living. So I was just totally by myself. And I've been start working at the factory and I have worked at restaurant and like go to back to factory again and then I changed my job many times and I also work at like supermarket and like um, the hangout internet cafe and also like work at the department store and it changed often since that time like I don't have skill and the job for me is more like exploring like I remember when I was working at the supermarket and I was a front desk, front desk, like customer service, and I liked that. I was very happy with the job, and I will help customer if they have problem in the store, they'll come to the front and ask, and I'll like help them solve the problem with the store manager, and it was very great experience for me because it shows like I really like to help people and I am very good at like getting the detail around the environment and then give them like helpful tips. So that was my experience like for those early work. And as you know, when you're young in the big city, you always just feel interesting and fun. But as like the age start coming up, I start thinking like, what's my future? What I want to do? And I mean, it's fun to have experience on a job, but I also like, we learn that you want to settle down and have a, nice job that you could have like stable income and then you can have like the future a little bit more stable. So I was started feeling concerned and start thinking like I need a skill or I want to go back to training. But since all the job that I did is just able to stay at the moment, so I don't have any saving. And for me, if I want to go back to like school to learn a skill or anything, it's like it's kind of hard. So I was just hanging there and thinking about what can I do next. I met my husband when I was working at the department store. It's kind of it's like a typical love story, like very romantic. And he would just come by to pass our aisle, and then he start to have eye contact with me, and then we enjoy time together, and then um, I marry, and then since like I was like we first in love, and we're like cling to each other so much that we just want to be together. So it's like the love force that make us like I need to um, come over to the America living with him. So that's how it began, like all the process, and then waiting, and then and after a year of the all the paperwork done, and I moved to America. At the beginning, when I come to America, I was like thinking um, I could go to like community college to get a degree, since like over here the education opportunity is more free and much easier. So for me as an adult to go to get like a degree, it was better. But yeah, that was the basic plan for me, that when I come over here. But I the second year that I got here, and then I was still using to the new culture, and then start getting to the around like that time only person I could talk with, it was just my husband, and my English was just like a really beginning level, and all I can just say like really simple like hello, and most of our communication will be just like very simple. And since we're living together, so that's no problem. But it will be a problem if I go outside and start looking for a job or any other doing any other activity. So it was hard at first, but yeah, and it comes like I'm pregnant, and then I had my daughter. It was another challenge, since like I I'm new to this place, and I also new as a young mom that have no experience at all, and there's no one around. But I had my experience before come to America, since I was like very young for out to living. So I adapt that, and then I began to have my like routine going, and I was enjoying taking care of my daughter, and but it also as the time changed, and I started thinking back to when I was working, and then I thinking about the responsibility and how I want my daughter to grow up to be like independent. So that's when the traditional thinking that scares me, because I don't want like um her to start thinking like women just like work at home and then the household and then do all the, like the old style thinking like woman just being a mom. So I start thinking that I need to show her, and I want to be a role model in her life that, my life is not just a mom. I mean, being a mom to take care of young is very fun and very rewarding, because you can see your kid grow in a nurturous place that you care and you love. But I also want to teach, I mean, if I have a boy, then I still want to teach him like how to be independent, like living. I I, I just have the dream that follow that what I was always want, like to be an independent person and to get my own favorite job that start my life. So at at this time, the change comes like I say I have to go back to school, really. So I go back and start, and I just tried my best to balance still being a mom and also taking some class. So I'm glad that um, I'm able to do the balance, because we all know that like a lot of time our society would tell us that being a mom is just sit at home and have no great pressure, and then and it's no title for the mom and no any reward to being a mom. But I will say that for me, I was thinking I can balance my work and my life and my family together. That's a great thing for me to do. I could still be like what I want to be, independent, and I also able to take care of my kids. And that's what I want to show my daughter. And this is what pushes me like I have to finish my education